YouTube universe. What's going on, all my hitmen and Harley Quinns? You know who it is. It's your favorite mother freaking role model, the Buddhist Wusan with an attitude, Hitman Thornton for Raw Reaction TV. People, again, another badass episode. The one with Ahsoka, still my favorite. This is a second. Awesome episode. Again, this is why we watch this show. Okay? This is why we watch this show. All right? So let's just jump right into it. And yes, spoiler review. All right? The Mandalorian, aka Manny, episode 6, titled The Tragedy. The Tragedy, whatever. And yes, I know past few videos I forgot to say the title of the episodes. My bad. Caught me slipping. Won't happen again though. Alright? People. Alright. Picks up Manny, Grogu, cruising in space on their way to Tython, to the ancient Jedi temple that Ahsoka told him that he needs to go. So he can do his little meditation ET phone home, see what Jedi's answer is called. All right, basically sending a flare up. They're cruising, they're having a convo back and forth, but Grogu's focused on his ball. He's focused on that little ball from his little gear shift thing. I'm in the zone. I'm doing my thing. Manny says his name a few times, and every time he says his name, he's like, what? What? I'm busy. All right? I'm focused. What? What do you want? Drive, nigga, drive. So, but anyway, takes the ball from him because he wants him to see do his little telekinesis thing, do his Jedi thing. First he was like, no, you can't have this. No backsies. You gave it to me. No backsies. Still, he took the ball from him. It's like, come on, you can have it. Come on, you got to do your thing. Come on. And sure enough, does his thing, snatch, takes the ball. He's like, yeah, dang, fair, that's my boy. He didn't say that's my boy, but he might as well have said it. He's pumped and excited. He's like, that's awesome, dude, that's awesome. Kind of startled him at first, like, what I do? No, it's all good here. You can have it, you cool. That was just, he's like, oh, okay, good. Now, can I get back to what I was doing? I'm focused here. Got some things happening here. But he's up there talking with them at the same time, saying, you do realize once I get you here, I'm gonna have to leave you with the Jedi, so they can train you, because you're too powerful. I don't know nothing about that. You can tell he has this little soft spot for the kid. They've been through a lot together, long adventure. So they get to the planet Tython. They find the temple, and a lot of people were tripping. We found the temple pretty quickly. This show is half hour, 45 minutes. Come on, let's just get right to it. Okay, let's just get right to it. If it was 2 hours, then I get your point. But come on, let's just get right to it. Okay, nothing wrong with him finding it right away. Come on, people, the show's not that long. So they get to it, realize he can't park right by it because it's too small. So he had to park down the hill, jet packed up. They get up there, puts him in the middle. All right, kid, bam, do your thing. What's up? And the kid just sitting there like, I don't know, what do you want me to do? I'm just, what? You put me here, what do you want from me? Ooh, butterflies. And he's like, well, how do we do? What are we supposed to do? Okay, is there like a button you push? Is there, you supposed to kickstart it? What? Put a quarter in? What's going on? And as they're trying to figure it out, he hears the noise of a ship. Looks up, and the ship he sees flying in is none other than Slave Ship 1, Boba Fett's ship. Boba Fett's coming to the party. And I had a feeling we were going to see him again. I know all you knew we were going to see him again. We all knew we were going to see him again. Just didn't know when. So he's still trying to figure out who it is. And he's telling the kid, hey, we got to go. We ain't got time. Somebody's coming. But the minute he's trying to figure out who that is, Bam! Blue light goes up. Grogu is in the Jedi zone. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Doing his Jedi thing, sending a flare up basically to see who's answering his call. He's doing his ET phone home, whatever. So he tries to go through the force field to get him, knocks him back several times. All right, I'm buy you some time. He goes down there to see who it is. You know what? Someone takes a shot at him. You know, Boba Fett speaks. Been tracking you, Mandalorian. Manny don't know who this is. Are you a Jedi? You after the kid? What you want? Are you some money? What? Okay, that sleep with your sister. What you want? And he's basically there for the armor, and he's thinking he wants his. And like, oh no, ain't gonna go down like that. Okay, you want this armor? It's gonna be a problem. But he doesn't want his. He wants his armor, Boba Fett's armor, that the Mandalorian took from that Marshal from the first episode. And he's like, okay, are you Mandalorian? What you want the armor for? Because it ain't happening. And basically he told him, well, I'm here for the armor. If I don't get it, you try to kill me, I got a sniper. And that's locked on your friend up there. And the sniper speaks, and he recognizes the voice, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he says, Fennec Shan? Ming-Na Wen's character from the first season. That she was left for dead in the desert because that one wannabe bounty hunter shot her. And now we know when the footsteps walked up to her in that episode, that she was lying there dying, basically, it was Boba Fett that found her. So everyone basically just lowered their weapons. She came down off the ridge. They talked. She's basically all Cyber-9, like Terminator, roboted up because, he's basically saved her life. So now she's indebted to him, being, I don't know, a servant or just a partner in servitude of him, basically. So they're basically having a conversation about, the armor. He wants the armor, why are you alive? How did you survive? Blah. They're having a conversation. In the middle, while they're having a conversation, they hear another ship. He hears another ship. So they both looked up, and it's obviously a transport-looking ship. And obviously, it does look kind of suspect. So he runs up to get the kid. And so Fennec, Boba, played by actor, I got some notes here, Tamura Morrison. I'm probably messing up his first name. It's Aquaman's daddy, basically. So they get into position to see what's going on, who's going to come out this ship that landed. Now, I don't know if they recognized the type of ship it was, or they just wasn't sure who it was. But when the door opens, stormtroopers come out. So they start picking them off, especially Fennec Shan, because she's a sniper. Bam, 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 taking them off. He runs up to get the kid. He's still up in his little zone, seeing what's going on, seeing who's answering his call. He goes up there, still can't penetrate his force field, tries to get in there a few times. I think it was the second or third time he tried, knocked him back, knocks him out. So, while he's up there dealing with that, they're down there handling business. And we see Boba Fett get straight savage. Savage. Now, let me, add something here. This episode is directed by Robert Rodriguez. Now, some of you are familiar with him, some of you are not. He directed El Mariachi, Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. He also did some guest directing with Sin City with Quentin and Frank Miller. He also did that Grindhouse thing with Quentin Tarantino. Robert Rodriguez directed Planet Terror, which I didn't like. I preferred Death Proof. And he also did From Dusk Till Dawn and Machete. That movie was... Now, we all know Robert Rodriguez get bloody gory with his action. I mean, he can get ruthless. You know what? Just R rating, he's going to go ham. He's going to go savage. He's going to go buck wild. Man, Boba Fett was cracking skulls. He was using the gaffy stick that the Tusken Raiders, aka Sand People, use. Sand Peoples use. They usually use it to clean the bantha's teeth, the big creatures, but they also use it as a weapon. And boy, do they use it as a weapon, because he was just. Some people were saying he was going all John Wick. No, I say he was going all full blown Morgan crazy. Morgan from The Walking Dead with the bow staff and Fear the Walking Dead. That's what I was thinking. He was going straight Morgan Savage on these fools, because he was cracking skulls. I mean, he was handling them, handing their asses to him. And also, Fennec Shan was getting her little sniper thing on. Bam, bam, bam. Even show her getting a little jumping backwards, shooting. Classic Robert Rodriguez. Again, if you've seen some of his films, that's one of his little trademarks. They both were handling him, but man, now we see why Boba Fett was the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. Even without his suit, he was ruthless. Ruthless. And you know, if they gave Robert Rodriguez the opportunity, there would have been blood squirting out of those stormtroopers' helmets when he cracked their skulls. Oh man, it was a beautiful sight to behold. Teardrop. But once he stabs one and he looks over, he sees the Razor Crest. And he's like, okay. Because he did say to him, I've been monitoring you, Mandalorian. So that means his suit has some type of tracking device. So he sees the Razor Crest, and we already know what's going to happen. Cut back to Fennec Shan. She's handling business. They even did a little homage to Raiders of the Lost Ark. She's hiding behind a boulder. It gets blown loose a little bit when they did a little mortar shot up to it. It rolls down and runs over a few of stormtroopers. I'm like, okay, little Raiders head nod too. Because George Lucas wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I believe he created it too. Steven Spielberg directed it. So that was pretty cool. I mean, you got a lot of little homages going on with the Mandalorian show. You got the aliens thing, now Raiders. Pretty cool, people. Pretty cool. So, anyway, so Manny wakes up because he got knocked out. Still can't get the kid out because he's still in his little zone. So he runs down, tries to buy more time, but as he runs down, the kid snaps out of the zone, falls over because he's drained. He falls asleep. Runs down there to help out Fennec Shan. Got there in time because he got the Beskar armor. Ping, ping, ping. You know, stands in front. She kind of hides behind him. They're picking off. And just as they're starting to get overwhelmed, Boba Fett shows up in his outfit. Now, again, never was a big Boba Fett fan. I thought he was a cool character, but I'm all about the Jedis. But this episode made me a fan. Boba was straight savage. Because we never got a chance to see how savage and how badass he was from Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. We never got the chance. We just heard how badass he is. Especially if you read some of the Star Wars books as well. So, he comes in, bam, 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 bam. Because he, you know, his outfit, he's got gadgets too, just like, you know, Mandalorian does. Just like Manny does. And he also got these knee rockets. Now, when he puts on the suit, the Boba Fett suit, classic Boba Fett suit, this is when he gets all John Wick. Because he ping, ping, he was handling it. Handling it. It was a beautiful thing, people. So, and just as he takes out these two troopers with his knee rockets or guns, the rest of them were like, oh, fuck this. They turn around, head back to the ship. They run back, get in the ship, and as they're taking off, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. His rocket from his backpack, ping, takes out one of the ship as it explodes and starts to crash, and it starts to go down, hits the other ship. 2 birds, 1 stone, both ships taken out. And of course, he says the cheesy line, oh, nice shot. Oh, I was aiming for the other one. That's just lazy writing. I'm sorry. Anyway, so And as that happens, next thing you know, big laser blast, bam, Razor Crest gets taken out. Dude, the Razor Crest RIP. But I guess it was bound to happen because the Razor Crest has been through the ringer these past 2 seasons. It's been stripped, crash landed twice. It's been duct taped, gorilla taped, rubber band and tied together. Man, it's just been, this ship's been through it. So I guess it was bound to happen. But you can see, you can't see his face, but you just look at, man, he's just like, you could tell he's just heartbroken. It's like he's going to cry in the car. He's going to cry in the car. But then he looks up, sees the image of this big, ship up there. And the first thing he thinks of, the kid, turns, runs to go get the kid. Smash cut, Moff Gideon, Carlos Esposito. This man's a beautiful actor. Beautiful man, people. Beautiful man. Breaking Bad. Awesome actor. Turns to his commander, or whatever her name is, turns to him. Direct shot. All right. Are the dark troopers ready? Momentarily. Next thing you know, they come out the ship. I think it was like 4 or 5 of them. Come out the ship, very Iron Man style. Jon Favreau directed Iron Man, so And they look very Iron Man-esque, like evil Iron Man-esque. Cross between Iron Man and Darth Vader, I don't know. But I found out that the Dark Troopers are from, because I got some notes, are from Dark Forces video game. That's where these ideas came from. So it's kind of cool what they're doing. With a lot of the different characters on this show, they're getting from books and games and all that. So pretty cool, people, pretty cool. And there, as Manny and Fennec Shand is running up the hill, first Fennec Shand told Boba to get to his ship once that explosion happened. They run up the hill to try to get the kid. Of course, didn't get there in time. The kid wakes up, sees these dark troopers around, like, what the hell? What the? Snatch him up, they take off. And just as they got up there, they took off, they got him. But Boba's in his ship, and he got some locked. He could easily take him out, but they're holding the kid, so he doesn't want the kid harmed. So he just kind of follows, sees where they go. And as he goes through the clouds, and he sees, this big Imperial ship, and he's like, oh my God, they're back. And Fennec Shand's like, well, the Empire, they're back. So he goes back down to the ground. They have a conversation. And also he shows this little ID, Boba Fett shows this little ID, history of, the armor to show, see, it shows my dad, there's me, and all this stuff. My dad fought in the Mandalorian War, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, this is our armor. I wasn't lying. And so Manny's like, okay, my bad. So he figures the deal is done, and he thanked him for getting the armor back. And he says, as a favor to him, he's going to help him get the kid. And Fennec Shand kind of agrees. And it's kind of interesting how Boba Fett was being so normal because he was a bounty hunter. And also, he was really scarred up too, obviously from escaping from that Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi. So, this episode was badass. Action heavy. I can see why they got Robert Rodriguez in there to direct this. But Robert Rodriguez has always been hit and miss with this directing. Some of his stuff I like, some of it I don't. I haven't liked. So, but his stuff is always fun to watch. So, next thing you know, smash cut. They're in the Boba's ship, Slave One. They head back to Navarro, where Carl Weathers, Gina Carano's characters are. So he goes there to talk to her because he needs her help. But I guess she decided to join the Rebel Alliance to be a part of, because now she's the Marshal, but now she's part of the Rebel Alliance. So responsibility she's got now. She has a code she's got to follow. She can't just be all out there running willy-nilly, just going buck wild. like she was before. But he lets her know the kid was taken. And she's like, oh, because first he asked, I need your help. She's like, well, I got rules I got to follow now. They took the kid. Oh, hell no. So he asked her to look up a prisoner that he needs the prisoner's help to find Moff Gideon. And that prisoner is none other than Bill Burr's character from the first season. What was his character's name? Miggs Mayfield. Obviously, Jon Favreau is a fan of Bill Burr, and they like him. So it's kind of interesting because, you know, he's a fan of Bill Burr. He's definitely being supportive to Gina Carano and somebody else. Basically, people that, you know, are kind of, you know, because Gina Carano is very right wing because she got into trouble for those tweets. She didn't get into trouble, but she caught a lot of heat for stuff she was saying in her tweets, being supportive of, you know, or, you know, the orange president. So it's kind of interesting. Just kind of interesting. I just kind of noticed that, but I'm a big fan of Bill Burr. I'm a comedian, so he's probably one of my, I never really had a chance to really think about it. Top 5, top 10 comedians, favorite comedians. I have to really do my list. I'll get to that another time. But he's one of my favorite comics. Love Bill Burr. Saw him live once. Hilarious. So basically, they're going to recruit him to go get the kid because he knows how to find him. Because he was an Imperial. His character is an Imperial sharpshooter, or was a former Imperial sharpshooter. So obviously, the next episode is going to be about, you know, probably rescuing him. And then, because there's 2 episodes left. But anyway, I'm getting ahead here. Smash cut. Back to Moff Gideon's ship. He's walking down the corridor with his crew, looking all hardcore, kind of looking like T'Challa from Black Panther. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. And he hears all this commotion going on in the cell where obviously Grogu is in. He's hearing all this. Doors open, and you got Grogu basically handling these fools, bouncing them around all over the walls, just throwing them all over the place, using the Force choking them, and you got a lot of people saying, oh, he's using the dark side, He's a baby. Obviously, he's throwing a baby tantrum. Okay, he's still a kid. He's still a baby. All right? That's all that was going on. And Moff Gideon is just like, man, this is awesome. Because he needs his blood anyway for stuff he's got to do. That's the reason he wanted him in the first place, because he has a higher M count, midichlorian count, or whatever. So that's what they need him for. They need his blood. So after he's done tossing these stormtroopers all over the place, he's drained. He's tired. So Moff just approaches them, kind of taunting him. He's like, oh, you're so tired. You ever seen one of these? And he pulls out his dark saber, which is still badass to see the dark saber. Wow. And kind of taunts him with, have you ever seen these before? And the kid tries to reach out to him for the Force, but he's just drained. He's like, oh, you ain't ready for this. Basically, you ain't ready for this. This is grown folk stuff. You ain't ready for this. Could take somebody's eye out. Foreshadowing, maybe? But, and he says, you really tired. Look like you could use some sleep. And they zap him with a stun gun, knocks him out. And they put the tiniest handcuffs on him, which was hilarious. They put little baby handcuffs on him. That was just funny. Oh, God, that was funny. That's hilarious. Oh, that was funny. Why you put baby handcuffs on him? Hilarious, anyway. Badass, awesome episode. I did have a few problems with it, but you know, the whole thing with his jetpack, because he told him to put his jetpack down when, you know, Boba Fett says, put your jetpack down when he wants everyone to drop their weapons. I mean, I don't know why he didn't put it back on, the jetpack up to get the kid. But it's whatever. It's whatever. You know, whatever. It wasn't like he threw the jetpack and couldn't find it. He obviously placed it where, you know, but hey, that's whatever. It's whatever. Still, awesome episode. Robert Rodriguez, you did a good job. Awesome. Phenomenal job. Good job. Love the episode. Badass. But now you have a lot of people wondering who could have answered Grogu's call when he was doing the Force thing. So you got a lot of people wondering. Now, me, I think it either could be Luke, and everyone's saying Sebastian Stan, who was the Winter Soldier, because he looks very similar to Mark Hamill. So either Luke, Ezra from Star Wars Rebel. Everyone's trying to say Ezra, or Mace Windu. Now, or it could be another character, probably another character from the books, maybe, or something. So who knows? But it's going to be very interesting. I believe we probably won't find that out until the last episode, because there's 2 episodes left. And we know that episode is going to be everyone's probably going to come in for this one. You know, Bo-Katan's going to be there and her crew. All of them going to be down, and there's going to be one balls to the wall drag out battle. You know it's going to be that. And we'll probably find out then who answered this call. Could it be a Jedi? Could it be a Sith? Could it be one Asajj Ventress? Who knows who could it be? Could it be somebody in between? You know, Gray Jedi? Who knows? But it's going to be very interesting when we find out who it is. And I believe we won't find out until the last episode. And that's probably one hell of a cliffhanger too. So let me know what you thought of the episode. Anything I might have missed, because I know I was all over the place again. But I had a good time with this episode. It was fun. Boba Fett straight savage, badass. Now we know why he's the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. The bounty hunter that all bounty hunters fear, just like John Wick. So leave your comments down below. Hit like, subscribe, share. Tell a friend. Tell your moms. Tell your pops. Tell your lover. And your side chick. Your boyfriend. Whatever. About Hitman Thornton, the Buddhist with an attitude. Your favorite mother freaking role model for Raw Reaction TV. Until next time, peace out, miatches. And remember, not only stay zen, but this is the way.